Hello, this is Toni Arthur at the BBC in London with the best of British folk music in Folkweave. Today's programme visits another British folk festival at Sidmouth in the west of England. We recorded two acts, June Tabor and the celebrated Ratcliffe Stout Band, who both appeared in the infamous beach store, right on the seafront at Sidmouth. June Tabor has been singing for some time around the British folk clubs. Her lovely voice has appeared on lots of other people's records, but it wasn't until 1976 that she made her first solo album. It isn't easy to be a girl singer on the folk scene. To my mind, what makes her special is the depth and huskiness of her voice, whilst at the same time she manages to get amazing clarity on the higher notes. But anyway, judge for yourself. Here's June Tabor.
The next song is a Robin Hood ballad about Robin Hood and his big mate, Little John, who happened to be out walking one day and they meet with a peddler. And they think the peddler's going to be easy game, but it's not quite the case. So this is the ballad of Robin Hood and the Peddler. It's of a peddler bold, and there chanced to be. He took his bag all on his back and merrily trudged o'er the lea. By chance he met with two troublesome men there chanced to be. The one of them was bold Robin Hood, and the other one was Little John so free. Oh, peddler, peddler, what's in thy pack? Come speedily and tell to me. I've several suits of the gay green cloth, and silken bowstrings 2 or 3. Well, if you've several suits of the gay green cloth, silken bowstrings 2 or 3, then by my body, says Little John, one of your pack shall go with me. Oh no, says the peddler bold, oh no, that can never be. There's not a man in all Nottingham shall take one off of my pack from me. The peddler then he took off his pack and set it a little below his knee. If you can move me one perch from this, my pack and all shall go with thee. So Little John he drew his sword, the peddler by his pack did stand. They fought until they both did sweat, and he cried, "Peddler, pray hold thy hand." Now Robin Hood he was standing by, he did laugh right heartily. I could find me a man of smaller scale, could thrash the peddler and also thee. Go try you, master, says Little John, go try you now right speedily. But by my body, says Little John, I swear this night you shall know me. So Robin Hood he drew his sword, the peddler by his back did stand. They fought until the blood in streams did flow, and he cried, "Peddler, pray hold thy hand." Oh, peddler, peddler, what is thy name? Come speedily and tell to me. Oh, no, my name I will never tell till both your names you have told me. The one of us is bold Robin Hood, the other one is Little John so free. Then says the peddler, it lays to my goodwill, well, my name I do tell thee. I'm Gamble Gold of the gay green wood, that travelled far beyond the sea. For killing a man in my father's lands, far from the country I was forced to flee. Well, if you Gamble Gold of the gay green wood, that travelled far beyond the sea, you are my mother's own sister's son, what nearer cousins could we be? They sheathed their swords, I with friendly words, speedily they did agree. And they went to an alehouse, and there they dined, and cracked bottles and right merrily. Pardon me while I eat a throat sweet. Next song's got a chorus. It extols the virtues of dissipation, so please sing with feeling. And it's a song called Flash Company. It's all about having a good time, basically. And your bit goes, so it's tie a yellow handkerchief in remembrance of me. Wear it around your neck, me low in Flash Company. Flash Company, me boys, like so many more. If it hadn't been for Flash Company, I'd never have been so poor. Oh, it's once I loved Thomas, and then I loved John, and then I loved William, his handsome young man, with his white cotton stockings and his long ankle shoes. And he wears a blue jacket wherever he goes. And it's tie a yellow handkerchief in remembrance of me. Wear it around your neck, me love, in Flash Company. Flash Company, me boys, like so many more. If it hadn't been for Flash Company, I'd never have been so poor. Fiddling and dancing, there was all my delight. And keeping Flash Company, it has ruined me quite. It has ruined me quite, me boys, like a great many more. If it hadn't been for Flash Company, I'd never have been so poor. So it's tie a yellow handkerchief in remembrance of me. Wear it around your neck, me love, in Flash Company. Flash Company, me boys, like so many more. If it hadn't been for Flash Company, I'd never have been so poor. Once I had a colour, I was red as the rose. Now I'm as pale as the lily that grows. Like a flower in the garden, all my colour has gone. Don't you see what I am come to by loving such a one? So it's tie a yellow handkerchief in remembrance of me. Wear it around your neck, me love, in Flash Company. Flash Company, me boys, like so many more. If it hadn't been for Flash Company, I'd never have been so poor. Well sung. The last song I'm going to sing you is a contemporary song written by Dave Goulder, who wrote the January Man. This is a song of Dave's I first heard about 3 years ago called The Easter Tree. Not sure what it's about myself, so if anybody in the audience has got any ideas afterwards, please come and tell me, because it's one of these songs on several levels. This is Dave's song, The Easter Tree. Rain falls upon the Easter tree. The squirrel shakes his head and shivers in his red and sodden fur. The wind and water flatten out his ears and cause his streaming eyes to close. And the smell of death is heavy in his nose. The sun dries out the Easter tree. The rabbit looks around, sees a shadow on the ground and runs for home. The songbird finds a strange and novel perch to shout his challenge to the day. There beneath his feet is turning grey. A man hangs from the Easter tree. His deathbed is a rope. Our strung nails have killed his hopes of climbing down. His jaws are locked in agony or open for the flies to come and go. his eyes are in the belly of the crow. A dog sits by the Easter tree beneath the naked heels, his master or his meal will surely fall. When the rope is broken by the wind or the rusty nails release their withered load, then the dog, well fed, continues down the road. Bones lie beneath the Easter tree, the skull's now full of sand. God never understand the reason why. The thread of life was broken by a hand that never cared to know their names. And they played and lost in someone else's game. The leaves upon the Easter tree are red with human blood, since justice chose the wood to make a sword. When a man was hanged at Tyburn Tree or crucified along the road to Rome, his blood and tears have stained the face of stone. Easter Treaty.
The amazing singing of June Tabor. Also appearing at Sidmouth in 1976 were a group from Northampton called the celebrated Ratcliffe Stout Band. Their music is original and fascinating, with a mixture of early music and more traditional folk. In fact, they have to be heard to be believed. Ladies and gentlemen, the celebrated Ratcliffe Stout Band.
There's been lots of sorts of folk music apparent today. We've had sort of electric Morrises and all sorts of things happening. We thought we'd delve back into England's glorious history and bring a new sphere of music upon this Sidmouthonian scene. We're going to do some medieval reggae, which features Crum, the Burgess, on horn, or the Electric Monk. All right, do you want to get in? It's a very ship-shaped rocker. It's got a chorus, if you want to join in and be very Rastafarian, which is, be of good cheer. Now, that's the first line. I can give you one, sir, you can give me two. Come and dance, you pretty girls, the leather off your shoe. Are we secured and ship-shaped? Oh, be of good cheer now, the summer's here, and the winter is far behind us. Come and dance all your cares away, and your troubles leave behind. Singing, oh, I can give you one, sir, you can give me two. Come and dance, you pretty girls, the leather of your shoe. Well, you need no money, just a tanner will do, a bob or a half a crown. Hair in curls and bells on your toes, we're gonna shake them curls around. Singing, no, I can give you one, sir, you can give me two. Come and dance, you pretty girls, the leather of your shoe. Oh, well, we're minstrels old, we're minstrels bold, and the coats they are made of green. We've played before the King of France and for our gracious Queen, singing, no, I can give you one, sir, you can give me two. Come and dance, you pretty girls, the leather of your... It's reggae, man. Singing, oh, well, I can give you one, answer you can give me too. Come and dance, you pretty girls, the leather of your shoe will now be of good cheer. Summer's here and the winter is far behind us. Come and dance all your cares away and your troubles leave behind. Singing, no, I can give you one son, you can give me two. Come and dance, you pretty girls, the leather of your shoe.
Onto the stage our jester Ebenezer Wilson, who's going to play his very famous instrument, namely part of the broken down glockenspiel.
We're going to do some boogie tunes now from 1610. These are people used to really do it years ago, you know. We tend to think of all these old tunes as being something that you sit and listen to in your flat and things, and try and get an impression of Anne of Cleavage being chased about by the big bold Henry. But in actual fact, these were very popular tunes, and so we'd like to sort of try and put them in a true setting. The first one is the Frog's Galliard, for animal lovers, and then we're going to go into a thing called The Health, and then we're going to rush into a small waltz, which is recorded by Victor Sylvester in 1710, and then we're going to finish up in true, I'm trying to think, Palais style with a boogie by Status Quo. Please read between the lines, because I'm at a lot of side and I'm trying to focus my mind upon the tunes, which I can't remember one note of at the moment. All right, then, so just get in tune then. That'll do. 1, 2, 2, 3. That featured the master of the rhythm method, Ebenezer Wilson, on big drum. We're going to talk about cider now, which I'm drinking in this non-alcoholic licensed preference place, where I shall shortly be swinging from the beams and doing a small tightrope act across the T-bar.
You reckon?
I don't know. Does that mean the bar's open? Yeah. What I'm going to do... No, see, I was going down to Plymouth to play with a mate of mine who's in one of these sort of heavy metal rock groups. And we went past this little railway and it said Buckfast is the Totnes, right? So I thought, that sounds a long way. So we went up to this cider farm and got 5 gallons of cider for the journey, see? And Diane made some sandwiches and I got the map out and we got in, paid our 3 and 6, and 10 minutes later we were in Totnes, you see? And it came back very quickly, so we had to drink a lot of cider and eat a lot of sandwiches. So I ate 15 pork pies in 10 minutes, you know, which isn't too difficult when you've got an expansion like I have. And so we come chugging back to the station, and my friend, who really likes steam engines and has got this big fetish about anything that's got a rhythmic approach, I wrote this song about trains for him. He's not here, but if he is here, it's for you. It's called The Steam Engine Song, and it features you as an audience singing either the chorus, which is, you could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in a childhood dream, yeah? Or shaking matchboxes and make it rhythmic noises in the additional chorus for sort of you're a bit drunk or a bit thick and can't sing the other words. So if you can get your matchboxes ready and clank, and you can make that borrow work really hard on that postcard.
Puff all cigarettes hard.
Yeah, puff your cigarettes hard. Drop that microphone for a rhythmic approach, yeah. Right, here we go.
Anything steam-like.
Steam-like, yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. I've got a friend and he loves steam engines. Took him for a ride one day. We were heading down to Plymouth town. We stopped off at Buckfast Lane. Oh, the rhythm of the engine. Oh, the shunt and the steam. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the charts. A chorus. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the charts. Here comes that big old engine. Woo! Well, I'm leaning back in this Pullman, just watching the hills roll by. I'm following the dots, see it splashing past while the engine hangs smoke in the sky. Oh, the rhythm of the engine, oh, the shunt and the steam. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the childhood dream. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the scene. Here we go! We fly through a level crossing gate. He wished he was riding on the footplate. All the firemen are ringing the bell. Oh, when this journey was over, there was no more shunt or steam. So my friend got a badge and he put it on his vest, and now he's a part of the dream. Oh, the rhythm of the engine, oh, the shunt and the steam. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the childhood dream. Come on. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the childhood. Here comes an old engine. Woohoo! Feel the sense of power, steam. Well, I've got a friend and she loves steam engines. I took him for a ride one day. We were heading down to Plymouth town. We stopped off at Buckfast Lane. The rhythm of the engine, oh, the shunt and steam. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the childhood dream. You could tell in his eye he was just a little boy living in the childhood. Here she comes one more time.
From Northampton, the celebrated Ratcliffe Stout Band, and before that, June Tabor, both recorded at the Sidmouth Folk Festival. And that's all from Folkweave for today. From me, Toni Arthur, at the BBC in London. Until the next time, goodbye. Hello, this is Toni Arthur at the BBC in London with the best of British folk music in Folkweave. This week, Folkweave once again visits the 22nd International Folklore Festival at Sidmouth in the west of England, and later on we'll be visiting Chesterfield Activities Centre to hear Muckram Wakes. But first, a couple of instrumentals from Bob Stewart and his wife Lorraine. They're from Bristol, and so they weren't very far from home when we recorded them at Sidmouth.
Play some music on the psaltery. I don't know how it's going to work resting on Graham's harmonium here. We'll find out though. For those of you who haven't seen this instrument before, it's like a harp, but it's flat instead of upright. I'll play you a processional. This is a processional, this particular piece. To finish off with, I'll play you a reel, or perhaps a couple of reels on the Saturn, and Lorraine's going to come and play the Baran. The reel is called the Roscommon reel, which is a 3-part reel.
the extraordinary music of Bob and Lorraine Stewart. And now to Muckram Wakes, who come from Derbyshire. They're a four-piece group led by Roger Watson, who's been on the folk scene for some considerable time now. In the main, their songs are very original, due to the amount of research that Roger does in preparing new material. We recorded them at the Activities Centre in Chesterfield.
Story of a soldier who was in fact a captain of Irish Dragoons who fell in love with a bird in Derby who didn't like him. Possibly better known in its Scottish version as the Bonnie Lass of Five-Yo. We are assured that this one is older. A captain of Irish Dragoons on parade, his regiment was stationed at Derby, oh, fell in love, as it is said, with a fair and pretty maid, though he tried in vain to win his pretty Peggy, oh. Well, tomorrow I must leave your pretty Peggy, oh, though me absence may not grieve your pretty Peggy, oh. Come a-tripping down the stair, and tie back your yellow hair, and bid a last farewell to handsome Willie, oh. Ere the dawn's Valley sounds to march, I'm ready, oh, to make me pretty Peg a captain's lady, oh. Then what would your mammy think, for to hear the guineas clink, and to hear the drums a-beating all before you, oh. Must I tell you, says she, as I've told you before, with your offers of love and not to tease me more, for I never do intend never to go to foreign lands, nor to march unto the wars behind a soldier, oh. Up steps a brother officer of fame and renown, and the eyes the haughty dance all with pity and scorn. Never mind, we'll have galore, all the pretty girls and more, when we come into the town of Kilkenny, oh. Ah, but when that we came to Kilkenny, oh, well, lassies were lovely and many, oh. Many times you'd hear him say, though we're many miles away, let us drink a health to pretty Peg of Derby, oh. A captain of Irish Dragoons on parade, his regiment was stationed at Derby, oh, fell in love, as it is said, with a fair and pretty maid, and they call it her pretty Peg of Derby, oh. We're going into foreign parts with this next one. This is from Nottinghamshire. Boo. But it may have taken place almost in Derbyshire, because the pit that it sort of talks about, or at least the pit that it happens down, is right sort of on the border, sort of between Pinxton and Kirkby, and some of the seams virtually get under the M1. My granddad left school at the age of 12 in 1902, and like most lads of his age at that time, he went down the pit. And when you went down the pit in those days, at the age of 12, you had a choice of two jobs. You either became a shot firer's powder carrier, which meant you walked behind with a little bucket of gunpowder and hoped that nobody was smoking so that you might live to be 13. Or, alternatively, if you're very lucky, you became a ganger, which is a pony driver, of course. And my granddad became a ganger, and to prove it, I'm here. And anyway, he used to gang with a horse by the name of Gilliver, and his story is about that horse. There used to be a tradition in some pits of not treating the horses very well, and in other pits of treating them very well. And Benting obviously was a pit where the horses had a reasonable life, at any rate. I don't know exactly what the date was, but it's not all that long ago that the ponies finally came up out of the pits on the Nottinghamshire-Derbyshire border. So, if you like, this is sort of in memory of them. Come, gather round, you ganger lads, wherever you may be, and rest yourselves a little while and listen unto me. I'll tell to you a story, and every word is true. I'm the finest horse and ganger I ever knew. I started driving ponies first when I was 12-year-old. I drove a horse called Gilliver, and he was as good as gold. He never bit and he never kicked at me nor anyone. And when it comes to work, I swear he pulled 1,000 ton. We used to work a rising road and the tubs they ran down free. The time I fell in front of them, I was sure it to finish me. I thought me day had come, me lads, I'm telling you no lie. It when they used to shout for help, there were nobody else nearby. Oh, but I reckon that without Gilliver as I scrambled down that road, he knew he couldn't stop and then tubs it were far too great a load. But I felt his hand come into me back, his nose come into me thigh, and he shoved me into an empty stall as the tubs went rolling by. The only thing I told the men when they came to look for me, if it hadn't have been for Gilliver, I'd have met me Jubilee. It shows that kindness pays, you know, but I'm sure I'm right to claim that if I'd been cruel to Gilliver, he'd never have done the same. So lads, fill up your glasses high and we'll drink a health around to every man and every horse as works beneath the ground. Let's drink to better treatment, lads, of ponies by their men, and let's remember Gilliver and pass around
This is a song and a tune from opposite ends of the county, and the only reason that we put them together is because we like them both. The tune comes from Ashover, and it's the most amazing tune. It's tuned to a dance called the Black Boy, and it sort of falls into four parts: A music, B music, C and D. And the A and B musics are a polka, which sounds like a Bach fugue, and the C and D musics are a jig, which sounds like a jig. And we can never go from the one into the other, so we put an 8-verse song in between them, you see. And the song comes from the singing of a fellow called George Fradley, who lives in Great Cubley, down near Sudbury, southwest corner of the county. And the song is George's version of the Two Sisters ballad. And it's a bit sort of like the Berkshire tragedy, sort of Derbyshire tragedy, if you like. And it's got 3 refrain lines in with which you can join, which go, bow down, the bow shall bend to me, and finally, I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me. All right, so please get them in the right order, otherwise you end up making love to trees or something silly like that. So this is Black Boy Part 1, Two Sisters, and then Black Boy Part 2.
singing, I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me. Oh, sister, sister, give me thy hand. Bow down, bow down. Oh, sister, sister, give me thy hand.
The bow shall bend to me.
Oh, sister, sister, give me thy hand, and I will give thee houses and land, singing,
I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me.
I'll neither give thee hand nor glove.
Bow down, bow down.
I'll neither give thee hand nor glove.
The bow shall bend to me.
I'll neither give thee hand nor glove, unless thou givest me thy true love, singing,
I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me.
Well, first she sank and then she swam.
Bow down, bow down.
Well, first she sank and then she swam.
The bow shall bend to me.
Well, first she sank and then she swam, until she came to the old mill dam, singing,
I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me.
The miller he fetched him his pole and hook.
Bow down, bow down.
The miller he fetched him his pole and hook.
The bow shall bend to me.
The miller he fetched him his pole and hook, and he fished the damsel out of the brook, singing,
I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me.
Oh, miller, I'll give thee guineas 10.
Bow down, bow down.
Oh, miller, I'll give thee guineas 10.
The bow shall bend to me.
Oh, miller, I'll give thee guineas 10. He took 'em and then he shoved her in again, singing,
I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me. The miller was hanged on yonder gate. Bow down, bow down. The miller was hanged on yonder gate. The bow shall bend to me. The miller was hanged on yonder gate for drowning the farmer's daughter Kate. Singing, I'll be as true to me love as me love proves true to me.
Thank you ever so, you're very kind. Joe Biggin was an ironmonger who used to mung iron all over the place around Chesterfield. And as well as that, he had a dog called Jack and a brother called Fido. And very famous family. And apart from that, he took boggart at moon. I don't know if you still use that word around here, but it's an old Derbyshire dialect word meaning to take fear or fright at something. And Joe Biggin took boggart at moon because every time it came out, he used to grow hair on his face and hands and go round biting people in the neck, which is why they called his brother Fido. But anyway, that is also not true. You've had your fact for tonight. That was a lie. Anyway, the main thing that comes out of it is, I say, he took boggart at moon, and that gives you your chorus, which is in the vernacular. And it goes as follows. Owd Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. That's your chorus. Just keep singing Ode Joe Biggin till it fits. But if you want to try and get the middle bits, it's quite nice to do it in Chesterfield for a change, because we've been sort of doing it in all sorts of places, sort of south of the international date line at Watford Gap, you know. And you get all these people singing Ode Joe Biggin to the Boggart at Moon. You know, it's lovely, it really is. Great. Take ring.
You're in your element, aren't you?
Yes. so get yourselves on the wireless and show all them foreigners what it's really done like, shall we? Yes, right. This is out the tune of the chorus is like Grandfather's Old Arm Clock. So if you know either of those, you'll be all right. And I'll remind you again of the middle lines. The second one is "He were as merry as a fiddler's tune," and the last one is "Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon." We'll have a quick run through the chorus.
Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. Now Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon, and he says, I'll get me on back soon. So he got his dog Jack for to chase it away. There were no sign at Moon when he reckoned next day. Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. Next night Joe Biggin no Moon could see, but for written there at top and Moon were he. Says Ode Joe Biggin unto his dog Jack, thou man nip or ill, and fetch me back. Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. When the moon come back, it weren't all beer, which caused Joe Biggin for to stand and swear. Jack, Jack, thou art a daft old loon, thou'st bitten a piece right out at Moon. Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. Next time he seed Moon, it were laid on its back, and more to his sorrow, so it is dog Jack. We both on him did, and Boggart says he, so I might as well lay down and Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. Now the ghost of a dog howls all through neat, be his master's grave in the pale moonlight. This message clear stands out on stone, for a Boggart at Moon. Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at Moon. Again. Ode Joe Biggin, he were as merry as a fiddler's tune. Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin, Ode Joe Biggin to Boggart at
Muckram Wakes from Derby, and before that a couple of tunes from Bob and Lorraine Stewart. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Folkweave. Until next time, from me, Toni Arthur, at the BBC in London, goodbye.